there's something worse than the politicians. And that is the media. The filthy, disgusting liars, the most heinous criminals in the country.
Welcome back to Moose and Loose. My name's David. Today we've got more on the foreign interference. We've got some crazy clips here of Trudeau, Dominic LeBlanc in the House of Commons saying absurd things. We've got Chrystia Freeland storming out of a press conference. We've got Trudeau, Freeland, and other Liberal MPs getting heckled at a garden party. So let's jump into this. First off, we got this clip here, Dominic LeBlanc. This is outrageous what he's saying here. Let's just play the clip first.
Mr. Speaker, I asked the Deputy Commissioner of the RCMP, Mark Flynn, this morning, what would happen if I stood up and announced a list of names like my colleagues are asking me to do, and he said I would be subject to criminal prosecution. So guess what, Mr. Speaker, I'm not going to do that.
Look at him having a smile and a laugh about that. Maybe you should be putting Canadians first and not yourself first. That's what he just admitted. He admitted he's putting himself first. What is this? We all know the Liberals are serving themselves in here, but this guy, Dominic LeBlanc, just said it. With that, we've got this clip here from Senator Leo Housakos, who's a Conservative. He's got this guy, Michael Kempa, who's a professor of criminology at the University of Ottawa, who begs to differ on what Dominic LeBlanc just said.
Thank you, Chair, and thank you to our witnesses for being with us here today. I heard you both, and I think particularly Mr. Warwick, how the RCMP does not have the tools to pursue investigations when it comes to foreign interference. They didn't have the tools for years, and they certainly won't have any more of those tools under this legislation, in my humble opinion. Especially even though we know that CSIS very often, and even our Five Eye allies, when they share intelligence information with the RCMP, very often the RCMP cannot even use that information in court proceedings. But yet the current government is constantly telling the House and the Senate that they cannot divulge the names of MPs and senators facing allegations of foreign interference due to the fact of not wanting to interfere with RCMP investigations. Is that response erroneous when they give that response?
There are many reasons for which people or governments may not want to release names, but the excuse that this would interfere with RCMP responsibilities is not a good one, for the reason that the total governance of MP ethical behavior and comportment is not uniquely a police matter. So criminal violation of criminal law certainly is. We don't currently have criminal code violations really for most of the categories of foreign interference that we're concerned with here, from the NCCOP report. I would simply say that there has been a long history of citing RCMP or just police investigation as an excuse for not releasing public information, and usually it's not a valid excuse.
Checkmate, man. I mean, it's this guy's job to know what the law is. Thank you, Senator, for exposing the truth. Release the names. On the same topic, we've got this clip here of Chrystia Freeland. It says, will Lib support the motion to have the ongoing public inquiry into the foreign interference include/investigate allegations of Canadian parliamentarians colluding with other governments? Freeland passes the buck, and the reporter at the end says it all, what Canadians are thinking.
Will the Liberals support the motion to expand the terms of reference of the public inquiry to include allegations that parliamentarians wittingly collaborated with foreign governments?
It's a really important question. It's a really important issue. All of us take foreign interference very seriously. The Minister of Public Safety will be available later today to answer all of your questions on that issue. Okay?
What are your plans for that? That was 3 questions and a half.
This reporter here, she says that's 3 questions and a half.
That was 3 questions and a half.
Yeah, so Chrystia Freeland passing the buck. I think Chrystia Freeland's on that list. Look at her face when she's asked this.
Will the Liberals support the
So immediately she clasped her hands.
motion to expand the terms of reference of the public inquiry to include
She's fidgeting a lot.
allegations that parliamentarians wittingly collaborated with foreign governments?
Deep breath, looks down. This doesn't look like a confident human being. This looks like someone who's guilty. Look at that. There's a delay in it. I think she's on that list. In the next clip here, we've got Jagmeet, who says he hasn't seen the names yet, but he claims that Pierre Poilievre and the Conservatives are involved in foreign interference with their leadership race.
The anti-cop report, we think it is very, very serious and deeply troubling that the anti-cop report indicates there are MPs that knowingly worked with foreign governments to undermine Canada. We also believe it's deeply concerning that the allegations the anti-cop raises also touch the Conservative leadership race. The idea that a foreign government was involved in the selection of the leader of the Conservative Party is deeply concerning, so much so that we are writing a letter demanding that the public inquiry into foreign interference in elections include the Conservative leadership race. It is that serious that it requires Canadians to know exactly what happened, to understand what happened, what was the interference, the extent to which a foreign government was involved in the selection of the leader of the Conservative Party. That is something Canadians ought to know. That's why we were writing that letter demanding its inclusion into the public inquiry.
What is Jagmeet pulling out of his butt here? Is this just some pathetic attempt at a smear? Like, what is this? If it comes out that there wasn't at all, boy, he's toast. He's absolutely toast. He's going to get grilled on all fronts from all media, all sources, you name it. So investigate all of the MPs. Sounds like a great idea. Thanks, Jagmeet. If this was his attempt at partisanship to divide us, it won't work. Yeah, exactly. Next up, we got one more clip of Jagmeet, who says he's going to support the capital gains increase. Of course he is. His supplying confidence agreement's got to go right until February so he gets his golden pension.
The capital gains inclusion, increasing that, something New Democrats have long called for. We've always believed that it's unfair that a worker has to get taxed on their entire salary, but someone who makes their income off of capital gains gets a big advantage. And we've always said that that should be closed. We've campaigned on that numerous times. The Liberals are acting as if they haven't been in power for 9 years. They could have brought this in 9 years ago if they were serious about it. And now they're acting like they care about the fact that there's this unfairness going on. So I want to point that out, that this could have been done a long time ago. Of course, we support it, and we'll continue to push for other measures as well.
Yeah, no kidding, you support that. All you care about is your pension. This is such a weak man. Well, there's no tax the NDP won't support. Next up, we have this gem of a clip of Justin Trudeau. I mean, day after day, he keeps surprising us.
We have seen around the world a rise of populist right-wing forces in just about every democracy that we've seen. And it is of concern to see political parties choosing to instrumentalize anger, fear, division, anxiety. My approach has always been to respond to it, to understand it, and to look to solve it, to roll up our sleeves, work hard, and with ambition for this country and for our future. We have seen...
He just can't pass up the opportunity to say he rolls up his sleeves. This man doesn't even know what that means. He doesn't know why someone would roll up their sleeves. Someone told me it has to do with hard work. That is the face of a man staring down the barrel of the unemployment line. The man who bangs about hidden agendas, abortion, extremism, Diagolon, wants to talk about parties that instrumentalize fear and division. Weak men create hard times. Well, you have accomplished your roll time to ride off into the sunset so strong men can lead us to prosperity. Next up, we got a set of clips here from Daisy Media, who's parked outside the Canadian War Museum. They're having the Laurentian Summer Reception and Garden Party. So you got Trudeau, you've got Chrystia Freeland, other Liberal MPs showing up here, just having a nice garden party. Well, they get heckled a lot.
We want justice for the millions of Canadians that have had their lives destroyed by lies and corruption. We are still here. We are still here standing for all those voiceless Canadians that have been stepped on by your obscene liberal policies. Your policies have left a wake of destruction, death, decay, despair all across our land. Thousands upon thousands dead because of the COVID lies. The COVID lies will never be forgotten. History will not be kind to you. The grandchildren of your victims will be writing books about you, the oppressor. Your indifference is obscene. Your indifference assumes something worse than the bankers, the evil corruption, the evil corporations. There's something worse than the politicians. and that is the media. The filthy, disgusting liars, the most heinous criminals in the country, organized state media, the most heinous liars in the world. None of this would have happened without them. They bear personal responsibility. And every person that gives a dime to the people in this building that are constructing these policies that make your neighbors suffer, you are guilty too. Shame on you for your indifference.
So the next clip here, Justin Trudeau arrives and they heckle him.
Your indifference serves only the oppressor. We are tired of your lies. We are tired of the corruption.
No way. No way. No way. Yeah.
Liar.
Yeah, Trudeau's starting to break down now. He doesn't even try to put on the act of fake waving and all that garbage. The next clip we have here is of Christy of Freeland going into the garden party.
Wake of death and destruction all across our country. We are tired of your lies and corruption. You are a liar. Your corruption has left a wake of death across our country. We are tired of it. We are tired of your death and destruction lies. 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 Lies.
They can pretend that doesn't bother them, but it does. There's no way around it. You got people, this guy on the megaphone yelling it everywhere they go, which is hilarious. So you think that's where it ends? No, they sneak around the back and heckle them from the back. This is so awesome.
So we've made our way around the back of the building. Last year we made it up onto a grassy hill just over here, but the whole area is fenced, although we can get sort of close. We may only get one shot at this.
Thank you for coming to the convention of liars, corrupt, lying liberals. We are tired of your lies. We are tired of the corruption. We are still here standing for justice against all the terrible lies and corruption that never seem to end. The lies and corruption that keep us in permanent fear, permanent ignorance, permanent poverty, and perpetual war. All because of your obscene lies and corruption. The COVID lies and the war lies. Your lies and corruption have left a weight of destruction all across our land. Desolation, despair, decay, and death directly related to your policies, our country, our society.
Just have your drinks and wave.
Because of your terrible ideas, your policies, your mandates, your lies, your corruption. It's not too late for you to abandon ship.
That's an MP
Stop
there.
what you're doing. Stop fueling the lies. Stop fertilizing the corruption. Turn away from the doctrine of indifference. Your policies are making your neighbors suffer. Your doctrine of indifference is...
They can't pretend that they don't hear that. Like, come on. You see that guy's shoes? They're just going to sit there and just have the little garden party. Oh, no, we don't hear that guy heckling the heck out of us. That's good stuff there. These guys think they're the king of the castle here. Just knock them down a couple notches. Next up, we got a couple clips here that surfaced from the march a couple days ago. This happened the same day that the cops started arresting Palestinians. They wrapped up that flag and took it off the streets. Something else that happened is you've got this pro-Hamas people roaming through the streets of Jewish neighborhoods, going around and doing their thing, chanting and the whole business right at people's properties.
Thank you. Thank you.
Come on, officers. Do something.
Thank you for coming out.
Just go. Oh, he's going to save like the lady of the night, huh?
Thank you. Thank you for supporting Israel. Thank you.
That we're on your street?
Thank you.
That we're on your street? Is that what you're recording?
Thank you for supporting.
Thank you for
You're a
supporting genocide.
You're a baby. Thank you.
You support genocide.
You're going to be called out on it every time.
You're a baby. That's all you
Thank you for
Killing
coming in
babies,
our
that's what you like,
homes.
huh? Thank
You
you. Like killing
just come and
babies?
take our homes, right?
Thank you.
No, but we're on your street, and that's a problem.
Thank you.
This is not what Canada needs. We don't need people just absolutely filled with hate in their hearts going and spewing it in our streets. Why?
Got it. Thank you.
Of course they let him go. They're on the payroll. Officer, you said you gotta talk to him. Go talk to him. Yeah, why don't you go talk to him? Why don't you go talk to him? You can't just let him walk away like that when nobody's watching.
Hide the faces.
You guys are in a
Hide the faces.
Why, you have an
Thank
unmasking
you.
fetish, you old
Thank you.
You got that? You got that?
Oh, we got way more than that.
God.
We got way more than that, don't you worry. I want to let you know, just...
That's all you have.
Your Islamophobia has nothing to do
These people act like they're some sort of heroes, but they're just a bunch of losers. They're doing nothing.
with what's going on in Palestine. I want to let you know that for sure. I promise.
This is to intimidate. This is getting close to something very dark. Yes. This is absolute harassment. Same instigator as yesterday's Israeli march who got the boot. This is domestic T-word under the guise of foreign T-word, period. Yeah. Imagine going around the streets and doing this and having your face covered. Like, this can't be allowed in this country. Like, next up, we got a clip here of the metro in Canada. Yeah, it's probably copyright music, but things are getting a little packed. Yeah, I'm glad I don't live in Toronto. I don't recognize Toronto anymore. The next clip here is absolutely hilarious. Man snaps at Cineplex employee for not playing India's cricket game on the TV.
Make a post on that one counter. You don't want to be seen on that wall.
This guy's going nuts.
Kindly please put your phones away. We're gonna deal with it. Okay, thank you.
You don't understand what is going on.
That's another thing.
You can see that. It's crazy. You know?
We get Bobby's following. You know?
Baseball game and then you will realize that.
Newsflash, this is in India, and people in Canada, we don't care about cricket. I bet you the number of people in Canada that watch cricket is less than 0.01%. If you want to watch cricket, then order some channel from India, or you can go watch it in India. We don't care about cricket here. Talking like this to these Cineplex employees, it's not cool. Like, this is unacceptable. Boot them all out. The Indian Karen. Send him back to the manufacturer. He's defective. Let's jump over to my group. Let's see what memes we got here today. Drink too much liberal Kool-Aid? Use a sheet wheat Justin Trudeau does. So this is an actual product. This is what female mountaineers use, especially if you're high elevation, you got to go in a tent or something. But Canadians have a new talent. Go Oilers. My face when I met a grown adult who is pro-government. Yeah. Fact checking is double speak for censorship. Remember the time when men had beards and wieners and women didn't? Housing prices in Kamloops, BC, $500,000 for a single wide trailer plus monthly strata fees. Thanks, Trudeau. $499. This is crazy. Like, remember when one of these was like $100,000? This is nuts. Stop comparing me to Justin Trudeau. I had a budget. Shouldn't paying taxes be illegal? Because technically we're funding criminal organizations. Yeah, we are. They have money for war but can't feed the poor. Exactly. That's a major problem in America too. Here's a rebate. Isn't that my wallet? This is great. My parents in their 30s. This would make a lovely second home for our family to winter in. Hopefully the garage can fit both our cars, snowmobile, and ski equipment. Me in my 30s. I'll never financially recover from this purchase. Justin gets canned. I do not like this Justin man. I do not like him, Sam I am. I do not like his promise bold. They're often broken, truth be told. He says one thing, he does another. Misleading words, oh brother. He talks of hope, he talks of cheer, but causes economic fear. I do not like this grand parade. His leadership seems poorly made. I do not like him here or there. I do not like him anywhere. I do not trust this Justin man. I do not like him, Sam I am. That's where we wrap up this episode. Let me know in the comments down below what you guys think about Who do you think is on the list? I think Freeland's on the list. I think there's going to be a couple other other random liberals on the list. Maybe some NDP. Who knows? Who knows how many? But they need to release this. This is our tax dollars. We pay for everything. The government doesn't have money. It's all our money. We have to know what is going on in this country. You got to wonder too, if this is the stuff that's in the news, what isn't in the news? Like Trudeau's known about this for a long time. What aren't they telling us? There's got to be even dirtier, worse scandals. Once Poilievre gets in power, he'll have access to a lot of that information. Buckle up, everyone. This will be a rough ride. So thanks for watching the end of the video here. Be sure to subscribe, hit the notification bell, all that good stuff. We'll keep fighting for freedom. I'll see you guys in the next one.